히트 시즌2.
Welcome back, guys, to the SSL. We're about to get into the best of three of the night. It's going to be Dark versus Zest in the winner's match.
And deservedly so for both players. Dark completely wrecking Trust in that first series, and Zest even more wrecking Alive in that second series. I'm just crossing my fingers right now that we're not going to see any all-ins from any of these players. I want really long, 20-minute long games going to the third set.
Yeah,
and New Gettysburg as well. I want to see New Gettysburg.
Yeah, this is going to happen. I mean, it seems like Dark wanted to play on this map, so we are going to see it for game number 3 here. And I think we should be getting to game number 3. I don't think Dark is going to, go wild and go, do a bunch of his all-ins that he did to Zest, or that he did to Trust to Zest here, unless he sees something very specific, which, he did in game number 1 against Trust. He's like, oh, you're trying to do that crazy build against me? No, I'm just going to all-in you. Yeah,
there's no doubt that Dark has prepared something for Zest in this series. And as I mentioned before in that previous set between Alive and Zest, there's no doubt that Dark has watched the games of Road playing against Zest in the Pro League and taken inspiration for formulating his game plan against Zest in this match.
You can see here the results so far. As we said, the 2-0 over Trust. Felt like a 1-0 with how short the games were and with how dominant he was in those ones, but this is going to be a much closer series. Of course, Zest also 2-0ing Alive here.
Yeah, as we keep harping on, I really hope this goes to a third game, but you're rooting for Dark or Zest in this series?
Rooting for? I think I would be rooting for Zest here, personally. I don't know why. Just feeling the rooting for Zest here, but who do I think is going to get through? I think Zest is also going to get through if I had to predict right now. What about you?
Yeah, actually my head goes for Dark, but my gut goes for Zest. Because I know that Dark definitely has something prepared for this series, but we just have to wait and see how these games pan out for both players.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say your gut goes for Zest too, because it's really hard to vote against this guy. Let's go into game number 1 on Frozen Temple between Dark and Zest. They'll never catch me. They'll never catch me. Here we are on Frozen Temple once again, and up here in the top left in the red, the Zerg player from SKT, it is Dark.
And spawning here at the bottom right side from KT Rollstar, the GSL champion, it is Zest. GSL champion against SSL champion. This match should have been the cross-finals final, but unfortunately, Zest lost to, I believe it was Stats in that semi-final matchup.
Yeah, makes sense. First versus second place of the other tournament. And yeah, this is going to be just a best of 3. It's not going to be a best of 7 or anything like that, although I'm sure everybody would love to see that. But this is going to decide who's going to get out in first place of the group as well.
Yeah, gives you that better seeding.
Oh!
That's huge from Zest. And that drone was about to deploy as a hatchery as well. You saw that little thing actually plop down until Zest with that sneaky probe pylon. And is he actually going to deny this third base as well? If he puts a pylon down, it's going to be so obnoxious for Dark to deal with.
He's got enough health here to deny until he builds up 100 minerals again, so he definitely could do it. And we've seen it before. Okay, he's not going to. Just going to commit to 1 here.
Yep, and that pylon didn't get cancelled, so that's just going to sit there until the Zerglings of Dark come out. But the thing is, for Dark, does he want to chase his probe with the Zerglings, or does he want to attack this pylon? Looks like he wants to attack this pylon and take his own third base where his normal expansion should be.
Yeah, you want to take that as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah,
the Cyber Core coming down. That is so annoying, man.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, this is something that Zest loves to do a lot, and seeing this really annoying Cybernetic Core is going to go for that early Roach Warren probably wants to do some sort of Roach Ravager timing.
Yeah, still going to take his third base here. And Zest, he gets all of that up, and his probe is still alive. Which is not always the easiest thing to do, but he does do it. Going to follow up with a Stargate, pretty standard here.
Yep. And 99.9% of confident that will be that really quick Oracle. And, yeah, the game has sort of normalized now.
Yeah, especially because of the positioning on that, but not only that, but that's just kind of become the norm nowadays. You make one Oracle into Phoenixes if you were going to go Phoenixes in the first place. Used to just see Phoenixes almost all the time.
Yeah, especially against the build that Dark's doing right now. Phoenixes in small numbers do a very good job just lifting the Roaches, because the Roaches are also small in numbers as well when we're around this time of the game.
And how much is Dark going to commit to this exactly? He's sitting on 18 drones. So it's already been a pretty big committal, but he only has 6 Roaches here. And is he going to be able to break the front with the Mothership Core already out, a Zealot and an Adept? The Oracle is going to be out in time, and Warp Gate Research is going to finish. So he will have a Warp in here of 3 units once that does finish up.
Yeah, know the positioning of that pylon on the high ground. He can just cast the pylon overcharge onto that pylon that's just sitting at the high ground. And actually, Dark's trying to snipe this pylon, and if he gets his pylon, it's got to stop that Stargate from warping any units.
That's going to be a nice pick-off here. You see Zest immediately trying to build some more pylons here.
This is like watching Trust versus Dark again. It's just an unfortunate Artosis pylon here for Zest in this game.
But this time around, he's not going to be able to do nearly as much damage. Another overcharge comes in. The Oracle does come back. The Stargate back online once again. And Dark really trying to push this in and snipe that pylon, but he actually loses a Roach to that overcharge.
And Dark, he's just building units behind this. There's no intention of getting any drones. Okay, now he's droning up, so he realizes that this attack isn't probably going to kill off Zest, so stops the unit production and starts getting more drones.
Nice move there to take out the Cybernetics core. I mean, he already made this many units. You have to commit to some kind of damage. And he does pick that up. Zest, though, immediately rebuilding that. Building 2, actually.
2, actually, yeah. Quite interesting move to get 2. Definitely a mistake, I'm pretty sure. And he gets the Void Ray as well to take out these Overlords. And because they're so slow and there aren't any Queens around the map, it's going to be able to snipe them out quite easily.
You can see more and more pylons coming down here from Zest. The second he saw the attack, by the way, he immediately made the pylon and an extra gateway there for the wall. And just like, for you guys who are having trouble holding off this kind of thing, this is kind of what you need to do, by the way, as you're saying.
He built the 2 Cybernetics core because he walled himself off, so wants to get that Cybernetics core in the main base, but still be able to get the Stalkers out, and also the Twilight Council / Advanced Tech.
This Void Ray could be doing so much more damage. There are 5 Overlords out on the map, but the Void Ray is sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, this is a very, very sloppy play from Zest. As he said, he could just be doing a lot more damage because there's no threat at all that's available for Dark to deal with this Void Ray in the middle of the map. And it looks like Zest has finally realized that the Void Ray was just sitting on its ass, and it's going to try and snipe as many Overlords as possible before those Overlords do get back to the base of Dark.
Yeah, we'll see how many he can get here. He picks up another one, and this is going to start supply blocking Dark. He's going to have to commit to a lot of Overlords, and so far in this game, Dark definitely not in a good position. He committed to the all-in on 18 drones, and just Zest shut it down hardcore. All he really lost there was pylons. He lost the Cybernetics core, which was annoying for about 10-20 seconds, but that was about it.
Most importantly, Zest did not lose any probes, and we can see in the work account right now is a solid 10 to 15 workers ahead of Dark. And in this game, in Zerg versus Protoss, you don't want to be behind on supplies to Zerg.
Yeah, you definitely do not, especially when you've made a bunch of Roaches here. And this is even annoying with the Queen and the Spore, even with the buff that the Queen did receive with the extra range. Oracle is able to come in here, poke, and get 4 more drones to further his lead. Further extended here. Yeah,
and we see the Hydralisk then coming down for Dark, so it looks like we're going to be seeing that ranged round army composition from Dark, rather than that bling drop play that we're so accustomed to from him.
Very true. Lots of gateways coming online here, and Zest may just swing the hammer here in a bit. He doesn't want to give Dark time to get out Hydras. He doesn't want to give him time to get out Lurkers, anything like that. He already took his third base a while ago, and he's going to be able to support all of these gateways. But with the Blink, the +1, and all the units that he already has with the 8 gateways, I think this is a pretty just set and done, move across the map, warp in a bunch of units, and kill them.
Yeah, this War Prism is out, and once this Blink and +1 finishes for Zest, it will trigger the trigger in his head to move out and try and kill off Dark before he gets those Lurkers out, because once those Lurkers do get out for Dark, it's just going to be such a pain to break through them.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that Zest doesn't move out here. I thought he was gearing up for it, but in fact he adds a second Robo and a 4th base. So he's saying, no, I don't need to attack yet. I'm so far ahead that I can actually just max out and I'll be totally fine against whatever you make.
Yeah, it looks like Dark is gaining his own 4th base of his own. Actually, no, he cancels it. He's scared of this army that's coming in. I think Zest realizes, oh, I can actually kill him with this army composition that I have right now.
And so he's going to push in now. And Dark definitely making the right choice. It's not a comfortable one, having to cancel that base, but it's all you can do at this point.
Kills his own 3 tumor. That's quite unfortunate there for Dark, but oh, nice force fields, completely trapping a few of these Ravages of Dark, and very nice positioning here from Zest, getting a lot of hits while the army of Dark cannot get in.
Dark landing a couple of those biles, none of the units being sniped there. A lot of very full energy sentries there, getting pretty low, so it's kind of scary. He's going to move forward, and here comes the Blink, followed by more force fields, and Zest, he wants to end this game right now.
Yeah, very nice force fields here from Zest. Also, the Mods doing their job. GG.
GG, that's going to be it for game number 1. Zest, he holds off the all-in. Dark very mad about that pylon block at his natural and just says, whatever, I'm just going to try to kill him. But Zest is on another level, another tier here compared to Trust. He shows it off in that game.
Yeah, Dark definitely got flustered by those pylon blocks and the expansions, and as a result, he pretty much changed his game plan. He decided to go for that Roach Ravager, Ling all in. Did some damage, but it wasn't critical damage to win the game, and Zest stabilized, took his 3rd base, got that strong army up with the Blink Stalkers, with the +1 weapon upgrades, and just pushed in and won the game.
Yeah, so another game that looked very one-sided. I feel like Dark is definitely on the level of Zest, where he can take games off of Zest, but Dark has been doing this recently, where he just like, something clicks, something snaps in him, where he's like, no, I'm just going to kill him. I can't hold myself back. I need to kill him now. But sometimes it works out.